All right, folks, we got some action starting up again. What we're going to do this time is look at both lanes 20 and 21. We got a man named Dominic Palladino on lane 21. And on lane 20, delivering right now, is Shawn Baker. Sliding the 4-pin slightly off spot, and he's got a 5-drop to begin his second string. Once I have results from the previous string, I'll be happy to share them with you. Oh, what a great pickup. Spare to begin. Spare fill on the head pin. 6-7-9, 7-drop. Plays high on the wood. Does he get a bounce off the sidewall? No, he doesn't. Came close, got in front of it. And the wood almost betrayed him, but then didn't. 10 for Shawn. So I see Shawn Baker. That elbow on the bottom left belongs to Jonathan Boudreau in the bottom left, so we'll see him. And then Dominic Palladino on lane 21 in just a moment. This one's on target. Oh, the 4-pin fell forward, and he's got a 9-drop. Nearly a strike. Shawn Baker averaged 123 last year, landed in 4th place. Spare here. Second spare for Baker. He has won this tournament twice before, in 1999 and 2005. In 2007, it took an average of 135 to get the job done. This spare fill drops 8 more. Lousy leave, but hey, you'll be happy with the fill anyway. .410? He tried to go on the right side of the pin. The way the sidewalls have been behaving, that's not a bad idea. We've seen some pins take some crazy caroms and already produce a good few results. Goes on the left side this time. That doesn't go either. 8 bucks. Again, my name is Greg Gouillart on behalf of Bowling Nerd Network and Spread Eagle Productions. It's a pleasure to have you here. They've turned off lane 21, so I'm going to update my sheet accordingly. It's lane 20. This is string 2 of 20. This is a 9-drop for Baker and a piece of wood covering the 7-pin. Boudreau popping into frame, waiting his turn. Baker's delivery. Right on target, of course it is. 63 and a ball through 5. Boudreau's first delivery. Just narrowly misses the head pin, and he's got something to work with. 1, 3, 6, and 7, although this pocket's going to be tougher to hit for the lefty. Just hit the 3-pin, and now he's got a more difficult puzzle for the 3rd ball. I was just answering a question there. I apologize. Boudreau's got a 7 box to begin. Now the second box. Check mark right. Jonathan Boudreau finished third in last year's Easter Classic with a 124 average. 2,485 pins throughout the 20 strings. Just got the 3-5 here. We've seen Chris Merrill, defending champion. You may still be able to see him just over on lane 22. Nice 10 for Jonathan. And I should also mention Jeff Surrett was second last year with a 126 average. And having seen Boudreau and Baker, I'll bring up Chris Boudreau with a 122. Boudreau fires away. Got the corners full, 7 and 10, but there is wood. He kicked a piece of wood. It did carry him somewhat to the left. I think he was half expecting to make that one. For a long time, it's been considered one of the greats. 10 box. Johndrow finds the head pin this time. He didn't get much carry there. There is a piece of wood nestled between the 5 and 9 to go with the 7 and 10. I don't blame him for throwing his hand skyward, but he may have a chance at this. Got on the outside of the 5, wood rolling and skidding out just before the 10. Pesky game. You can see why even spares are rare. 10 box. Boudreau left shaking his head, but still 7, 10, 10, 10. Still something he can build off of. Got a supporter of Adam, I presume Adam Johndrow, who we saw in the first string. Make sure to check that out once the video on demand is available. Look at all this late mixing. Boudreau blew by the head pin and blew out everything else. Chance for his first mark. Yes, sir. Just neatly brushes it casually out of the way and, oh, didn't see him coming. Here's Freshy, Nick Zuffelato, up on lane 20. Deals away. He's got a heck of a breaking ball. There's a piece of wood moving back there. It tapped the 2. He'll have to settle for smacking that piece of wood right in front. Straight back. And a spare to begin. Dominic Palladino, as promised, is also beginning on lane 21. And he is on a 17 for 2, that should be. Through the head pin sideways. 7 drop. There's a 9 pin hiding back there as well. If you know anything about Candlepin, you know we're looking at a hot trio of bowlers right now. 3 prominent pros. Here's Freshy, spare chance. Got the 3-9, the 10. Again, a piece of wood skidding out just before the 10. That corner just does not seem to want to drop right now. Well collected, a 10. 2 perfect boxes to begin. Recalling Shawn Baker from earlier, he only had one box where he left pins up. That was the fourth box where he had an 8. And Jonathan Boudreau only had one box that was, so to speak, imperfect. He has 3 10s to spare and a 7. Zuffelato this time on the 3-pin. Domino's tumbling still. He's got a 2 and 2 as a result. 1, 2, 6, and 10. Gets on the outside of the head pin. Oh my! It got the ball to deflect to the right side, but the head pin was thrown to the other side, and it didn't cooperate. Again a third ball. Again a 10. 37 for 3. Still perfect. When they're ready. Freshy delivers an 8 drop. Piece of wood kicking forward. Someone may have to check that. Is it going to stay put? We'll take a look at Palladino on lane 21. He's got a 3 and 2 split, threw it down the middle. He's working on 26 for 3. And now a big third ball coming up. Brushes the 3-pin to the side, and that'll be a 6 box. Meanwhile, on lane 20, a employee here at Leda Lanes will check the wood. Declares the wood good. There's a line drawn just in front of the pin plate. And if the piece of wood is touching that line, it has to be removed. It was too far back for it to be removed, so Freshy has to play it. Gets set in its trademark way. Got on the outside, too far. My goodness. Thought he had the angle on that. These pins are in a sideways mood, I would say. You think he has the angle on the outside, and then it just somehow finds a way to go around it. And then there's this piece of wood, a 9 box, despite being in the right areas every step of the way. Statistically, that breaks up the perfect sheet, but just looking at him roll, I'm not so sure. Zuffelato in the 5th box now. Didn't quite make it to the head pin, but everything drops in the back. 1, 3, 4, 7, 10. And he gets it! 2, 2, and 1, gone, gone, gone. Isn't that a pretty sight to see all those smudges on the scorecard? Shawn Baker standing up to fill his. Already on a 63 and maybe a 70 half when he gets through with this. I'm awaiting results still from string 1. As soon as I have them, and I'm working on obtaining them, I will have them for you as soon as I get the chance. I mentioned they may be on the website, but I'm looking into that as well. I know Leda Lanes has had their hands full with all the lane assignment glitches in the system. Baker gets a 9 drop and has a 72 half. Taking an extra second. Here he comes. Just shaded it to the right. Gets the 10 this time, and it's an 82 through 6. I updated the box count too soon. It is now 82 for 6. Thank you, Ben Witz, for supplying the exact mention. It's 24 inches directly in front of the head pin. 2 feet. Baker blew the head pin to the side. He's got the 5, 7, 8, and 10. Now, a little puzzle. There's a piece of wood diagonally in front of the 5, 8. 2 pieces of wood between the 5 and 10. That's that clump you see on the right side. Nope, 1 fell away. Where do you play this wood to get them all to go? Baker goes, cap! Not to be. 5 and dime is all that's left. Plays the sure thing and gets a 9 box.
I'll meet you by the door.
What?
Here we are live from Lido Lanes. I'm stationed just a few feet behind the bowlers, so I apologize to the people I was in the way of there just then. 91 for 7 for Shawn Baker. That's a good-looking ball. The 4 is all that's left. Now that piece of wood is going to roll forward as it pressed against the edge of the plate. Those can always be devious and making what should be routine singles into anything but. Trying to go around, tripped on the wood, he got it. Spare in the 8th. Thinking back, playing the piece of wood, just pretending it's not there is always a conventional way to go about it. If you're not sure, just keep the shot simple. Just go for your pin. And if the wood is meant to be, it's meant to be. Now Shawn Baker on a 121 pace. Big Phil! 7 drop. The 7 pin is left on a 9 drop. I beg your pardon. 110 for 8. How's this? Of course the wood cooperates. Spare again, back to back. Do you see what Shawn Baker is cooking? 120 and a ball through 9. That's on the head pin. 3, 4, 6, and 7. That's a 6 drop. 126. Did he get the angle? Oh my. We've seen pins fly sideways before. This time it limped sideways. Just when you think Baker had the right angle. And 2 pieces of wood isn't a gimme, but he does get it. 136 for Shawn Baker. It takes a certain someone to win this tournament, clearly. I mean, a lot of the champions are repeat champions. Jeff Surratt 5 times, Chris Sargent 4, Holbrook 3, Carrington 3, and then Chris Bover, Jeff Atkins, and Shawn Baker all twice. That's a 9 drop for Boudreau on his spare, and he's got a 56 half. For the spare, yes, nick the piece of wood, that's good. I also could use some help. I don't know if anyone from the Candlepin chat group is watching this, but I'm looking for the person who put together this lovely PDF, which has champions by year, most tournament wins, even high single by string, my goodness. It was under an account whose name I don't recognize. If someone could point that out to me, who put all that information together, I'd be greatly appreciative, because it's coming in handy here for all of us now. Boudreau drops 7 on the spare. Got a piece of wood in front of the 4-7, just went by it. He was trying to play to the right side of it. Now takes the sure thing. Sure pins go a long way. 8 box. Jonathan Boudreau's last championship, and this was 2016. Got the head pin. Oh my. This is, I do believe, the 4-6-8. That piece of wood on the right side is behind. there's a piece of wood that is in the middle of that 4-6-8 strange triangle. He got the 4-8. That's about the best you can do with that ridiculous configuration. And a 10. Again, I'd like to thank all 55 of you who are watching right now on Bowling Nerd Network. We greatly appreciate it. Boudreau's 9th box is a demolishing first ball. 4-8. Piece of wood nestles again right in front of the plates, but I do believe it's covering it just fine. Thanks for spending some of your Easter Sunday with us. We greatly appreciate it. Oh, it drove straight back. That's the problem sometimes. It's amazing I even tried to take a piece of wood pressed against the plate edge for granted. 10 box. It just never behaves the way you want it to. It will go the direction it wants to, and you're just at its mercy. A fresh set of pins for box number 10, and I do mean fresh. They're brand new on this side of the house. Boudreau has the 1, 3, 6, and 8. One, 3, 6. Will it get the 8? Will it please? No, it will not. He looks up in disbelief. He thought he had that one. And a 10. 111 for Jonathan Boudreau. Now Freshy, Nick Zuffelato. 56 and a ball. Deals away, got a piece of the head pin. He's got the... Does he have the 3? Nope, it's going to hit the wood. Look out. Still falling. 9 and 10. Doesn't like to see that piece of wood disappear into the gutter. Now he's got 9 and 10. Now we'll see where this takes him. Can he show us how? Spins the piece of wood out. Didn't even take the pin behind it. Nothing seemed wrong with the placement. And it's a 9 box. That was an 8 fill on the spare and a 9 box for 73 for 6. Apologies for the tardiness. That was noteworthy. All the dominoes that were tumbling, dropping on the spare as they went. Freshy finds the head pin this time. Again, I should say. Check mark right. Let out a groan as he let it go. That said, he did not miss that by much, but he's got the 3, 6, 10 remaining now. And a 9 box. This is definitely a marathon before the marathon. Of course, the Boston Marathon tomorrow, but before that, 20 strings. We are going to be here live all day with bowling, so anytime you tune in here on this Easter Sunday to Bowling Nerd Network, we'll be here bringing you all the top bowlers as they cycle through these lanes. Freshy has the 4-horse left side. Just narrowly missing the head pin. Palladino on lane 21, he's going to have the horseman to look at. He's working on 49.46. Zuffelato trying to go with the inside of that. 8 box. Half Worcester left side. Nick Zuffelato had a 109 average in last year's tournament. Chance to do better than that. He's already at 90 for 8. He'll need to pin out well. Now this difficult situation. Going through the other side, a 1-4-6, 7-10. If he can solve this puzzle, he'll still have a good string to build on. And even there, all it takes is a mark to bring it back the right side of even. What a great out that is. 5 becomes 10.
Come on, yeah, there you go.
Mark that one down in the comments if you please. That was a great conversion of the 1-4-6, 7-10 for the 10 box. That's on target, and that's how you build on it. 9 drop and the 7 pin is left. And a clean shot. There's the spare. Thanks, Justin, for tagging that comment, that shot as I hoped. Much appreciated. $110 in this final ball for Nick Zuffelato. Good out by Palladino on lane 21. That was the 310. Freshy filling with the final ball. It's a 7 drop and a 117. Let's watch Dominic Palladino's final box. He's 80 for 9. Got on the 2 pin, and he's left a favorite of Dave Chestercove's, as I recall. The 1-3-4-6-7-9. There he is in the red shirt firing away. He's got 8 down and 2 to go. And a 10 box to finish off for a 90 string. That will do it for the second of 20 strings here at Easter Classic.